Hello, and welcome back to the Climate Crisis Podcast. So, you may have noticed that I've taken a little break, and it was to find out what I'm truly interested in, and I've started leaning towards biomedical engineering. So, I'm going to start transitioning this podcast to a more general science engineering podcast. But don't worry, because I'm still going to have environmental issues sprinkled around here, because I am truly passionate about helping the environment, and I've started more endeavors in my personal life to help that. So, today I'm going to be talking about new engineering solutions to help with climate change. So, I hope you're excited. Biomimicry has been instrumental in many different aspects of engineering. I mean, what's better than nature's natural evolution to fix problems? For example, engineers have used the grip on geckos' toes to help with climbing gear because of their natural way of climbing. The tubercles on a whale's fin were used to create efficient wind turbines because of the whale's aerodynamics in the water, and that could translate well to the wind turbine's aerodynamics in the air. Even the beak of a kingfisher bird was able to help streamline the Shinkansen bullet train to help minimize the volume of noise that was created when the train would move. Roboticists at the Max Planck Institute have been researching how jellyfish-like robots could help clean up the oceans. So when jellyfish swim upwards, they collect nutrients along its body's currents. You can see at the bottom the green smoke would be mimicking those nutrients. And using this natural process, this robot can utilize this effect to collect waste particles rather than nutrients, which can be then brought up to the surface and disposed of properly. You can see on the top image that jellyfish is being deployed into the water, and all those little balls that are connected to the actual robot isn't part of the robot, but it's the debris that's being collected. You can see on the left side it's showing as objects to be manipulated. So since this robot can collect debris without physical contact because it's just using its currents to help reach and grab things out of the water, making the design imitate a jellyfish allows minimal disturbance in the ocean community, such as the fragile coral reefs, and it even removes a possible negative impact on the ocean environment. So these scientists have truly thought about all of the different impacts that this robot can make on the ocean. I know a lot of, well, I don't know of any, but I'm sure there are a lot of potential designs that can help clean the environment, but they end up making a negative impact somewhere else in its technology. So these scientists are really looking at everything that this robot could impact. So this robot only requires a low energy input of 100 megawatts and is safe for the organisms in the water should it one day break apart and release the engineering within and the insulation within. The biggest problem right now with the jellyfish robot is the strength that it has. It can't really pick up larger, heavier items, and even has trouble picking up something light in human terms, such as a ski mask. The way that the scientists right now are trying to fix this problem is by using multiple jellyfish robots to pick up items, but this process could be streamlined. The other problem is that it needs a wire. You can see the wire in the picture to deploy, and this will limit its use in the real ocean. They have been working on wireless techniques, and it has been somewhat successful, but there's still a long way to go before this robot can be implemented, but it has great potential to help clean up the oceans. Another engineering solution to help climate change are actually seawater batteries. So these batteries use sodium ions to produce and store electrical energy, and they offer the advantage of having easy resource accessibility since the abundance of seawater, obviously, 75% of the world is covered in them. They are environmentally friendly and require no separate treatment process compared to their lithium battery counterparts. So lithium batteries are what we're using right now for most of our energy storing methods, but this has negative impacts on the environment during their treatment process and can even be dangerous as it can explode. Scientists at the Korea Institute of Energy Technology Evaluation and Planning are working on this battery. And after doing research of different samples of the sodium battery, they found an agent with a low defect rate that can be instrumental in the future steps of implementing this battery worldwide. So, with a continual improvement on this technology, seawater batteries could very well be a promising candidate for energy storage solutions. Another easier but creative solution to help negate climate change is actually white paint. So, this researcher at Purdue University spent years trying to create a white paint that's highly reflective. And now his team has created paint that can reflect 98% of sun's rays back into the atmosphere. This paint can be instrumental in helping decrease climate change. And theoretically, if we covered 1 to 2% of the entire planet with this paint, it can offset the carbon emissions that we're releasing. Though 1 to 2% doesn't sound like much, it actually transfers to covering land the size of the United States. And this would have to be distributed amongst the world so that we wouldn't decrease global climate in just one area of the globe, which would lead to an imbalance in the world. So even though that isn't very practical, it doesn't mean that this solution is completely unusable. We can use this paint to cover as many surfaces as we can, such as buildings, houses, and crosswalks. And this solution, in addition to the many other research that scientists are working on, can very well be our way to negate the impact that we have created on our planet. So I think this white paint can be very instrumental in helping climate change, as we have so many buildings and new infrastructure being built. And if we use this white paint to help decrease the amount of absorption on the planet, this will greatly decrease global temperatures. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you want more. Hit the like button, and I hope you have a great week. I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.